Welcome to GRID Smokies. We're going to get started. We are going to have a good night tonight. We always do. Want to welcome you. I know some of you have been here, some of you it's first time. We're so excited to have you as a first timer. We want to make sure that we get to know everybody tonight. So what we do is we start with a little networking, a little food, plenty of pizza. We play for extra stuff, plenty of tots and fries, so eat all you want. Feel free if you need to move around and do that while we speak. Our biggest goal tonight is the one thing that we need to make sure we always know. We always need to know about our why. Does anybody have your why you do what you do every day? Somebody would like to share that with me? Tyler? You were shaking your head. Sorry, I caught you mid-bite.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so my why is I'm a financial advisor, financial planner, and really my why is I like to help people grow their net worth. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Typically through financial advisors, through financial investments. But how I look at it is that usually it's a pretty well diversified balance sheet that includes real estate, businesses, and so forth. And I like to give advice around that. So
cool.
That's my
awesome.
why.
Thanks, Tyler.
Oh, and also pay for Disney trips for my daughter.
There you go. So family, helping others build wealth.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a why? Go ahead, Austin.
Building a legacy. A legacy for your family, generational type
You must
stuff.
have been reading my notes. I think we might have talked about, I'm not sure if we talked about that at our lunch that day or not, but that's my big thing, is I'm trying to build a legacy. I want to build things that outlive me, because at some point in your life, you get to a point where, if you look at our pyramid, wherever, that's not the one, never mind. We have our grid pyramid that shows at the very, very top of it. Once you get to a certain level, what else is there? Because you can only have so many boats, so many cars, so many cool things. But at some point, you got to realize that there's a hurting world out there. There's other people out there that need our love. They need our kindness. There's people that we do business with every day that deserve our business. And so when we built GRID Smokies, we knew intentionally that we would be offering this initially to people who are support people. I know there's a lot of real estate agents in here. There's builders in here. There's investors in here. There's insurance guys in here. There's looking around here. There's networking folks back here. There's tech guys up here. And I just look around this room, and I'm honored to know that people call us real estate group. We're not really a real estate group. Do we make sales with real estate? Absolutely. Do we help investors out? Absolutely. One of my favorite people is in the room tonight. She drove here from Nashville to be here tonight. That's how much she believes in what we're doing. And what happens in this world is you get to a certain point where you know your why, and you wake up every morning and it doesn't seem like a job anymore. It doesn't seem like a grudge anymore. The rat race can go on all around you. You don't have to worry about that. So I was at an event this weekend, excuse me, and one of our sponsors, they're not here tonight, Casago is what I call them. I think they go by Casago. So whichever one you call them, tomato, tomato. We got the opportunity, me and Seth got to sit down for a very lengthy amount of time to talk to their CEO. If you know anything about real estate, you know about Vacasa. Vacasa is one of the biggest companies in the world. They went public, failed miserably. Okay, they were terrible. Well, we got to meet the most humble, genuine human being I've ever met in my life. And I got to talk to him. I actually pitched him an idea, and he said, hey, it's not for Casago, but we think it's a great idea. At that moment, he turned to my son, and he started pouring into my son. And he started talking to Seth about what he needed to do, how he needed to build his future. And I changed my whole perspective like I always do. We were in room, Seth, that one guy, probably $500 million. We literally sat and ate lunch with a guy who owns properties like all over the world. And what's crazy about that is the more I meet wealthy people and the more I meet people that have money, you would never know it. You know why you don't know it? Because they look just like us. The biggest property I've ever sold, my biggest real estate deal ever, the lady had on blue jeans and a t-shirt, and they looked like Harley. They had on Harley looking clothes. You know why? I didn't know. I could have written them off as soon as they got out of the car. What I didn't realize is these people had in one of their IRAs $8 million. He said, that's one of them. Do you understand? We cannot ever discount opportunities. See, I believe in legacy, where everything in legacy is about communication. Every conversation has a future. And every relationship has a future. Whether it's in your marriage, whether it's in your church, whether it's in your home, whether it's in your community. Some of the best deals, I have a real estate deal going right now because I went to our local high school and volunteered. Had no intention of making any money. But because you pour into people, 865 Academy, shout out over there in the corner. Okay, if you can get involved in Knox County at your 865 Academy, do it. It's incredible. There's a bunch of young people that are trying to learn how to become entrepreneurs. And our school has some of the coolest stuff. Seth gets jealous every time he goes up there because they had none of that when he went to Central. We don't really, Smoky Bears over here, we got a little hard spot in our heart for them, 2 times getting whooped on the football field. But we still care about this community. We care about these folks. Lots of people in this community need our help, not just here, but where you live and wherever else. And so I wanted to just kind of put your mind around that tonight, to give you an idea of what this is. Because although many people talk about wealth and they talk about being rich and they talk about standing in front of their Learjets and they're throwing up their signs and everything, and I believe that we all can be those people without having to do all that mess. Can everybody agree with that? Okay, we all can be people in our communities, be leaders in our community, be leaders in our church, be leaders wherever you feel led to be a leader, and somehow give back to this society that once you're gone, it outlives you. That's what I focus on in my life every day. I'm actually building an operating system around it. My big boy over here is going to talk to us in a minute. It's going to help me build it. Because I believe with all of my heart that our why should always be to outlive us. It never should just be to keep it for ourselves. I believe you've got to get it for your kids. I absolutely believe it. You want to leave a better world for them. We're talking about investing over here just a minute ago. Because I want my boys to have an opportunity to do what I've done. So what we are as GRID is it's the power grid for hyperlocal real estate investors, a network of groups that think alike, come from contribution, and we believe that we're better together. We're not B&I, but we believe truly in giver's gain. We do. We believe that we should give first. We should put our promises. The velocity of trust happens much quicker in these relationships because when you come in and sit down and break bread with people, eat pizza with people, have a drink, sit down and just chat with people, you learn really quickly that there are a lot of good people in this world. That's what GRID's about. We're here to grow your network and grow your net worth. We're here to build relationships and transform your life. I don't believe everything's transactional. If you ever do any business with me, you'll figure that out really quickly. Invest in people and assets, develop leaders, and build wealth. Okay, tonight, I always say this. If you're a CEO here with your girlfriend, try not to get on this camera because it's sitting right here and he's walking around all night doing them. What we also ask for you to do tonight is at the end of the night, we'd like 3, 4, 5 of you to jump over with Mr. Dalton here. It's his birthday, by the way. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in a minute. Dalton to be here on his birthday is pretty cool. But so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to let each of you kind of give kind of an idea of what happened tonight, what you felt, why you were here, what you were anticipating. Maybe you were anticipating something totally different. We like to surprise you. Tonight we're going to have a really incredible speaker. He's a good friend of mine. We want to talk about our sponsors, as I said, Casago, Casa, which is the company I work for, EXP Realty. The Lender, which is Batman. He'll be speaking a little later. Compass is a big development place. This building you're sitting in right now, Compass did this, okay? Super, super cool human being that I met, the leader of that company. Owning the Smokies is, you can see my hats over there. I've got a few things, and that's the book I wrote. But I'll give a couple hats out here a little later. If anybody wants one here in just a little bit. Those are the ones everybody wants. There's the book. I'm not charging for that book tonight. If anybody wants a copy, I've got a few. And then that's it. We've also got, I forget the name of your company. Studio 74. We got to get him on this list up here. So anyway, that's tonight. I think when you came in, you got on our mailing list. We're going to spam the shit out of you, okay? So be ready. I'm just kidding. Don't you love this AI? How nice that looks.
Hey, the spam list is actually not spam. It's really good information.
Yeah, we do have a newsletter we send out once a month. And if you get stuff from the other GRID folks, it's because they have a list too. We're all a part of the big group. But anyway, so this Thursday night, what's great about what we're doing is we do want to get to investors. This meeting I was in this weekend, there were investors there from Connecticut, Boston, Ohio, Nashville, California. And those folks are not living here. Most of our people that buy in this area are absentee owners. Does everybody know what that means? They basically buy here and they got to trust somebody to manage it for them. Or they manage it themselves and they got to trust somebody to help them. Okay? So what we offer is DIY. If you want to manage it, we'll help you. Right? Okay? We'll do done with you. Seth will do that for you. Co-hosting. We'll do full end-to-end management. Great thing about this is you got these other folks that are part of this. They're willing to help you as well. Casago has changed their whole business plan. I've heard a lot of great things. And so there is a referral. You can see there's some brochures in the back there that actually have those numbers on it. They will pay you a referral fee if you refer them business. So Thursday night, go back to that one real quick, please. Thursday night, me and Batman. I've never seen Batman and Nathan in the same room ever. So I know it's Batman. We are going to do a live webinar. I'd say it's a webinar, but really it's going to be on our Facebook group. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be all over the place. So if you want to be on that, go to our Facebook page. I'll put the link up there, but generally if you're just on Facebook, you'll be able to watch it anyway. But we're going to be talking about the truth about investing in the Smokies. There's a lot of misconceptions up here. Nathan's going to touch on a little bit tonight. He's going to show you all and break a deal down for you. But what happens is so many times during the 2020s, I don't want to get too far into it, but so many people during that time frame bought on the upswing, and some people are hurting now. The truth about investing now for the future means that you have to know what you're doing. You have to trust somebody like Nathan, who's a whiz with numbers. Talk to somebody like Miss Linda, who's been in this business a long time. Talk to someone like myself, an STR guy who has cleaned over 15,000 toilets. Why does that make me a good real estate agent? Because I know what it takes to make it happen for the guest. We all need to remember that we have certain gifts and talents, even though we may have, there's another one sitting right over there. We were talking this week, you have to have a heart of hospitality to do this business. And if you don't, as a real estate agent or whatever, there's people in this business that are, man, they can sell the crap out of properties. But the problem is at the end of the day, I get to see those and we get to go walk them. Me and that youngin' over there get to go walk them after somebody called us crying with a broken heart because they can't afford it. Okay? That hurts. It hurts me because I wish they had met me sooner. I wish they had met some of my people in this room that I like, know, and trust sooner. So that's the part of this that we want to push for Thursday night. Okay, next month, this young lady right here, if you've ever heard of young professionals, that would be something that, okay, she is the vice president or vice chairman of the EXP Young Professionals. That's a pretty big honor. This young lady's coming to us from the Virginia area. She's going to come in. We're going to try to set up something with either one of the local MLS, the local chapter, so we can maybe see if we can get her to come and speak to some younger folks. But she's going to be here and she's going to talk about the 4 C's of content that she does. Very incredible stuff that she talks about. She's built a multi-million-dollar business with this little simple formula that she has here. It's so simple, but it's so smart that she's built around it. So I would encourage you to be here next month. I don't think we have the date for that, but you can find that on Meetup. Next. All right, here we are. This guy right here, I started meeting Sean, last summer, maybe? We started talking. Yeah, let's see. Keep going.
I got my card.
I'll take credit cards too. Okay, thank you.
Keep going.
Yeah, so I met this guy, and we started talking about building a collaborative community. And he's like, oh, yeah. And we had this gentleman from over the pond there, and Sean and I just started hitting it off, like just going to lunches and breakfasts, and we got to figuring out we're both Gen Xers. We both have a lot of things in history. We're both crazy, so it helps. But what I love about Sean is Sean has a very humble heart. Sean truly wants to help people. And I have to tell Sean all the time, you got to charge people. You got to charge people for stuff. But he always wants to help folks. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you to Sean for coming to speak tonight. We had Johnny Measement here tonight. He had some other things that came up. But Sean has got quite the resume. I'm not going to spoil that. I want you to share that with you. He has a great presentation for us here. Let's go and do what Sean's got to say. Give Sean a round of applause.
While you're doing that, keep it going for Vernon Corum, because I don't think there's nobody in the room that would be here for that part right there. So. Love you, Brady. Hi, everybody. Hi. How is everyone? Good. I want to ask in the room, I know some of you, some I don't. Could everybody, if you're not scared to do so, raise your hand if you've never been here before? Welcome. I'm Sean. You can go now. That's all we're going to talk about. So thank you for coming. As Vernon said, we're all in a room here. There's no sales involved. We're just here to talk to you guys about some things that we've learned. If there's anything that you guys would like to know that I can answer for you, I'm not a know-it-all, but I play one real well. Vernon can tell you that. If we can't figure something out, we'll get something together and talk about it. And that happened. I want to go through that here in just a second. God, who is that guy? That's not AI. That's how I really look. All right. So did you guys know right now, first of all, also, how many of you have a Google My Business page? Ooh, opportunity. Okay. So keep your hands up if you don't mind. Opportunities. Okay, I might need all of you that have Google business pages because we're going to do an exercise later of which we're going to be looking. And there is nobody in here. When you guys walked in that door, I want everybody to remember that we're all friends and family. Nobody's doing better than anybody else. And what we're going to discover tonight might shock some of you. It's not meant to shock you. It's just to wake you up because are you in this for a hobby or are you in this for a business? How many of you are in here for a hobby? Nobody?
Sometimes, yes.
Or you want to have a business? You want to make money?
Sometimes I want to make.
There you go. Hobbies to me are collecting sports cards, things like that. Helping others, I'm very passionate about. But when you have a business and you're cleaning cabins or maintaining it or doing real estate or investments, you need to be compensated fairly well for what you do. So I tell people, if your business isn't growing, it's a hobby. We'll talk about that again in just a second. But somebody's searching for you guys right now on Google. And if you don't know how Google works, I'm going to kind of break it down. I've had a little bit of practice. Right now, somebody has typed in your business, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're an electrician, whether you're a plumber. Somebody's typed you in versus them. Let's go to the next one. And what you guys are going to find is they've already made a decision. Does anybody agree with me or disagree with that?
I agree.
That's not fair. I never got a chance to meet you. What is your name? PJ. I bet you're a cool dude. And I never got a chance to meet you. You know why? Because I looked at your reviews. I don't know him, so I'm just making this up. Should I use the radio voice, by the way? Okay. So thank you for laughing. If you would have thought that was funny, I'm like, don't do that again. So they've made a decision, and you didn't even get a chance, PJ. And you got a cool business going. I didn't even know it because you only got 3 stars, right? Now, we don't know that. I haven't looked yet. Next one, Nate. So, again, my name's Sean, and I'm not nearly as cool as Vernon or Nathan, but I got some pretty sweet moves. If you guys would like to learn some of those dance moves, that's me in my younger age. No, I'm just kidding. That's my information. And I want to tell you guys something real quickly. Next one. They don't need to see that ugly screen again. How many of you crossed off 2019? Hurts, don't it? How many of you crossed off 2020? Hurts, don't it? How many of you crossed off 21 and 22? Hurts, don't it? For me, I put this on here and Vernon was talking about it a second ago. I'll let you guys know. For me, I suffered from 2019 all the way up to this time frame. I didn't know who I was and what I was capable of doing. I started a YouTube channel called We Review You. And this isn't to brag, but does anybody got anything in here other than the gentleman earlier? Any real big moments that have happened to you in the last month? Whether you got married, got engaged, divorced, sold a car. Travis.
My first granddaughter.
Congratulations. Give it up for Travis. Congratulations. First one. God bless you. Anybody else? Come on. You guys are breathing. Anybody? She's got something. Sir, PJ.
My oldest son got engaged.
Congratulations. Give it up for PJ's. See, we didn't know that. Anybody else? All right, start pre-clapping. Start pre-clapping. I just hit 100,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. That's why I wear this shirt. 5 years I've been suffering. I didn't even know how to do anything. Nobody wanted to tell me. Nobody had GRID Smokies. I didn't have anybody. I know a lot of these YouTubers. And not one time have I ever sat back and found somebody to say, hey, let me hold your hand, Brandon. I want to help you walk you through this. Have you found somebody? Why? We're all supposed to help each other. 2023, I started finding some momentum. And as Vernon said, I'll tell you guys, The years I can cross out on the calendar, but not the story, because I kept learning, building, and I kept moving forward. I found people like Vernon Corum, people that inspired me. Thank you, Vernon. And then I had a huge falling out. I was literally designing software. Vernon, if I'm lying, call me out. I was designing software for major companies. And I crossed paths with the wrong person. Anybody ever been there? It hurts, don't it? I say that a lot. But in 2025, I had a reset and I started circling them. I hope for you guys, you can start circling the calendar too, because it's a great feeling when you can circle the calendar. I met people like Vernon, who I'm very happy that I still have as a friend today, because we had a major falling out, didn't we, Vernon? I wasn't trying to be on frame. To move forward, I did a reset and refocus, and I started discovering that I'm going to help people, because by me helping people, I'm learning more about what I'm capable of doing. It's like having that superhero costume, although I'm not a superhero. I found that I could help you if you give me an opportunity. We were just talking about this, but people don't give you that opportunity, right? So next one. So just to tell you a little bit about who I am. My wife and I, Christy, and our dog baby girl started a channel, and that's our stats. That's where we're at. Anybody have a YouTube channel? Could you guys just throw out your numbers? We're not competing, but where are we at? Who's laughing? Don't laugh. Where are you at, Travis? That's okay, but you got a YouTube channel, right? Give it up for Travis. He created a YouTube channel. Who else?
I have one, but I don't know how to use it, so nobody should go on.
I know a guy if you need some help. Who else?
I do.
Tell me about it.
And I actually have 3.
Okay.
And people tell me that.
Bless you.
That's too much. And I have 2 that I just are my hobbies.
Yeah.
Like, I want to learn more, but I have one for real estate, and that's the one I want to focus more on. Oh, sorry.
Would you like to take the Mr. Microphone?
Oh, gosh. That's,
You can stand if you want.
I can stand. I probably need to, yeah. So I will repeat myself since I can be.
Well, come on, you're out of frame. Come on over.
I can stay out of frame today. So I have 3. I have one for traveling, and since I'm pregnant, I want to capture all that. So that's like my fun hobbies. How you were saying a hobby?
Yep. Snapshot. Yep.
Yeah. But the one that I want to actually help me make money is my real estate one.
Good for you.
Like that's the other ones are like, hey, I get to film cool stuff. I get to do the editing. To me, that's fun.
Yep.
But as far as my real estate one, I have 55 subscribers.
Good for you. 55.
55. Yeah. And can I tell a personal story about it?
Please.
So I usually did it myself, and I did hire out, but it wasn't a good fit. Like we tried to see eye to eye, but it wasn't somebody local, and they were doing the editing overseas, which is fine, but we weren't seeing eye to eye. However, I had put up this stupid short. It was stupid. I was taking had a listing, and I was beating the sign in. Very, exaggerated. Very. And somebody called me from it. And it was just me beating the sign down. Looks kind of stupid, if you want my opinion. And we're going to close next week. And it was one of the easiest ways to establish a relationship. Because I do cold calling and cold leads, and you have to establish that relationship. I mean, the first time I met him, it was like we were best friends. So that's why I want to continue to do that.
So that's more than a hobby.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Radio voice. Anybody else? This is allaboutYou.com. Okay. So next slide. That's 5 years. Okay. And so you guys will know I have listed products How many of you guys have watched like Will and Dawn with Yankees in the South or some of the YouTubers around here? Does anybody? Yep. Okay. So a lot of the YouTubers around here go and they go to a restaurant, they eat, and then they tell you what they think about it, right? This is my community. The last thing I'm going to do is drop you under the bus if the food wasn't right. So you got to be real careful what you say and you do on, because you can either make or break a relationship real fast. Trust me, it's happened. What we're finding now is we started off doing all these restaurants, and what I'm having more fun is the products. I am getting sent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of products. I call Vernon every week. Vernon, wait till you see what I got this week. He's like, no, you didn't. These people, they believe in the brand. And it's just a silly name. We review you. But it actually paid off years later, 5.5 years later. I'm getting thousands of dollars worth of products sent to me. You know where the money's at? The people I've made business with now. It's not going to eating shrimp and telling you about all you can eat shrimp or lobster. It's telling you about how cool that was, because then I make commissions. I get affiliate commissions. I get ambassador commissions. It's a pretty cool gig. Next. How many of you can name that figure right there? Reggae Bobby. If you ain't what? If you ain't first, you're last. So you guys will know when we go forward, this is going to be called a Google Reputation Workshop. And as I said, PJ knows the decision's made. We never even got a chance to talk to PJ. Reviews, your ratings, your competition, basically. Decision's already made. Next slide. So in this, I want to see how many people start smiling and laughing real quickly. It's going to take a second. It comes in every time. Who grew up with this show? Everybody. So if we start over here with Mr. Hansen, they didn't have Google back then, but how many of you would have done business with that man? Why?
Depends on the type of business.
He did what?
Depends on the type of business.
If you were in Walnut Grove, back in the day of this Laurel Ingalls, this thing, you didn't have Google, you didn't have anything but word of mouth. Everybody knows old Mr. Hansen, right? He was the guy that supplied the whole community. And if you look, he's got old Charles Ingalls. Who would hire Charles in the room based on what you knew about Charles Ingalls? Guy could build just about anything, right? But now if we go over here to the east side, what do we have to say about these people? So you're all laughing, but that's reputation, right? So if there was a Google back then, what kind of reviews would we see about him? What would we see about these people? Well, maybe not. I agree with you. But out of necessity, that was the only mercantile you had to go to. So you probably, like some of the reviews we get. Who was talking earlier about Nathan, about giving a review privately? I think it was Nathan, where instead of dropping the business under the bus, he had a bad stay. So he left a review, but he actually told the people privately, your place is horrible and I'm not coming back. At least he gave them an opportunity to fix it instead of dropping them under the bus. So if you think about it, they wouldn't have really, this guy would have done real well. They would have probably not stood a chance in today's business, okay, with reputation management. Next slide, Batman. So this isn't about me, but I want you guys, if you're people that take notes, you might want to start paying attention here. So I created some software for people like Vernon and myself, and for any of you out there that would be needing help. You guys need to look at your business like this. You need to spot reputation issues. So you have a YouTube channel. Do you have Facebook? You have Instagram? You have all that? Well, you need to spot reputation issues, weak reviews, ranking issues with your gapping and ranking, and your listings. I can't believe how many times I talk to people and I'm like, you didn't even complete your listing. What? You didn't finish your listing? Well, I didn't know I was supposed to. They're like kids. They don't come with directions. So creating and publishing, I wrote all this down, but I can't read my own stuff. Focused content. If you guys don't know, don't have a channel if you're not going to maintain it. Of the ones that raised your hands tonight, who does Google business? Raise your hand again. Who's doing it for you, VA or yourself?
Marketing company that for the birds.
So you're trusting someone else. Who else?
Oh no, it's internal.
Okay, but it's internal, so you okay.
I do the Facebook, they do Google.
But you know who you have doing. Who do you have?
Myself.
So you're doing your own stuff. Anybody else? PJ?
Doing it myself.
So you're doing it yourself. Okay, here's some things you guys want to pay attention. Watch what your Google reviews are coming in on. I just went to a seminar. I called Vernon. How long after I was out of the seminar, I called you? There's new stuff coming out that will get you kicked off Google this year, guys. I want to hear everybody go, huh? This year, you're going to get kicked off Google. I can't tell you all of it, and I don't have enough time, but watch what you're posting. Watch what you're saying, and make sure you're staying active with your reviews. And then these things don't worry about, because this is more about just why I created the software, but you guys want to definitely pay attention to those things, okay? Next one. Now, you guys know the term invisible and irresistible? Do you want to be invisible or do you want to be irresistible, okay? People that are winning, I think of Charlie Sheen every time I hear, winning. Charlie Sheen, 4.8 fresh reviews, showing up first, chosen before anybody else. I don't know how many times I see this. Vernon and I just talked about this. How many of y'all know Seymour? My hometown. We lost another restaurant. Fireside Cheesecakes. Because the community won't support it. You can blame, I said that. Next slide. The reason I'll say this, you got 3 moments, guys. If you don't know this, if anybody else in here does marketing, I'd love to do a Charlie Kirk with you on this, but the 3 moments that are going to decide your business, the search, the comparison, and the choice. PJ, you and I talked about a minute ago. They Google you, they compare you, they decide, and they didn't even call you to find out you're a really cool dude. That wasn't right. Next slide. So what I'd like you guys to do, unlike many presentations, is I'd like you to get your phones out. Weird for me to say that, right? Get your phones out. Now, for you that don't have a Google business, this is going to be okay. We all don't have to do this, but if all of you would volunteer, if you'll scan that, it's going to open up a little software creation of a little test that I did. And what you're going to be able to find is, we want you to pair up with those people that were kind enough to raise their hand and say, I have a Google business page. And what we're going to do is take about 3 minutes, not long. And we want to look at that business through the eyes of someone else, not you. So if you've got a Google business page, you can't look at your own. You're going to look at someone else's. If you don't have a Google business page, if you'd be kind enough to let people look over your shoulder, let's spend about 3 minutes and let's go through this exercise together. And I promise you're going to learn something at the end that will help you with your business. Are you guys cool with that? Yeah. Okay. So scan that. Does everybody have that wants to participate? Nathan, next slide if you don't mind. Now, so I want you guys to become your next customer. I want you to forget you own the business. And I want you guys to do this exactly like I'm saying. Search the business like somebody that's never heard of you before. So if your name is Sean Woods, and you know that, type it in Sean Woods. If your business is, whatever one of your businesses is, give me a name of a business.
Random Pierce, Price and Randy Insurance.
And you're on Google, yes? So I would like it if you don't mind to let somebody know. If you guys are not cool with that, don't feel compelled, but I think you guys are going to find this is pretty cool. So if you guys have got that, next slide for me. The things that you want to look for, this is what Google scores you. And I had a lot of time working with Google, so these are again where you might want to pay attention. Write this down. Google profile. How many of you have claimed your business profile and have completed it? How many of you have at least 5+ recent reviews in the last 90 days? 4.5 stars or higher. Do you respond? Do your photos look professional? And do you show up in the top 3? You're going to find a scoring of 5. So if you guys will go through that real quickly. If you have any questions, you want to raise your hand, feel free. It should be fairly easy. There's instructions for Apple and there's instructions for Android. When you're done, just set your phone down and we'll come right back to that. Does that sound cool? Shake heads and say, yes, Sean, good. I will make Vernon sing. Vernon, karaoke time. Oh, he'll do it. Don't tempt him. He'll get up and sing. Are you on Google? Who's lost? Hi, I'm Sean. How can I help you?
And we're supposed to rate somebody else's code.
Yeah.
Well, I scanned it and it took me to like
Yeah,
the
but
screen.
it's asking you to look at someone and then you.
Yeah, so what you're wanting to do, just again, so we're all on the same page real quickly, is if you're looking at, we're not going to grade ourselves unless you don't have a business. But if you have a business, let's let somebody else look at yours, right? So if somebody was Googling your business, right? Anybody's name of business. Google that business that's sitting beside you. And you guys can join forces together if you would like. If somebody doesn't have one. And you want to search that business. And then the other phone, if you want, just use that phone and use that to score with. Does that make sense? You guys look like you got it here.
Well, I don't know. We're just saying we don't see any Google reviews, but there's the other sites like Realtor.com.
This is what happens. This is what, well, I can't vet this. I don't want to gaslight it, but this is what happens with people's businesses. Some people don't have any idea of when they go there and they look at their profiles. They're just like, you know what I'm saying?
Where is it?
The reviews. A lot of people don't even know. So it's the easiest way. If you guys don't know about your business, real quickly, this is a quick little tip. Google Maps is the quickest way to teach somebody how to find your business. She knows. If you don't have a Google Maps, like if you haven't set yourself up on Google Maps, I mean, we need to talk. But if you can't go on your page right now and easily find your business and guests can't see your reviews, there's an issue.
I mean, you're up, but this is not the reviews for Google. It's so weird.
Did you find them?
Well, I mean, they're up. I mean, they've actually got it. I think they're the only ones that show up, which is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, so those are ones that people know what you're wanting to find. You're wanting to find the ones like, so we can pull a Google business up here in a minute. So like if you go to Zaxby's, right?
Yeah.
You can look at Zaxby's on Chapman Highway
Right,
and then look
yeah.
at their reviews. That's what people search.
Yeah, in my company, we don't have any Google reviews. And I don't know, I don't know if we just can't have them.
Some people say that, but you'd be frightened. So what do you it's real estate, right? Mortgage broker. No, what I'm saying is real estate, mortgage, they all say the same thing. But if you're going to succeed, how can you not?
Yeah, I don't know if we can find some.
See, I'm finding that out a lot. So.
Yeah, I don't know if we are. It's like
You have to ask.
recommending us something.
Yeah. So we had a great question posed while we're all waiting. Some people's businesses won't allow them to have a Google page. And I have found that before where people are saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed, or my company doesn't allow us to have one. But if you're your own business, you should be able to yeah. How's everybody do? Everybody else thumbs up? Pretty good? I made this even Seymour proof, man. I'm from Seymour, so I tested even Seymourians, and we were all able to do it now, so come on now. Still good? And what'll happen at the end, once you guys are done, it'll give a score, and I'll show you guys what we're doing. But when you get to the end of it, you might want to pay attention because it's going to give you some free advice on how you can make your business better, or if you're reviewing another business, some pointers for them. We'll take about 2 or 3 more minutes, and if you guys can, like I said, just put your phones down, let me know when you got it, just give me a heads up, or just act like you're lost, or we will go from there. Did you find it?
I'm just
Still on it? Yeah. So in this case, so that way you can score, like if you're looking at their business, you can actually score, like if you like their business, you can see like, yes, I like it, or no, I don't. But this is what people are actually searching. When they look for your business, this is what you're basically being graded on these moments. Right? A lot of people don't know that, but the time that I've spent with Google, you'd be surprised, like what the first few reactions that people are looking at are those. So if somebody's looking at your business and they just go right past it, they're not interested. See what I'm saying? And everybody will start learning that real quickly. So you guys are going to find that you're seeing what others are seeing right now. Shelby, have you looked already? Have you searched? Did you look for a business? Are you guys?
Oh, yeah, me.
So do you guys start to see what I'm saying, what other people are finding?
Yeah.
So if you guys are having this hard of a time, this is the reason why I did this. Go ahead. Go ahead, PJ. If people can't find you, you guys can't find yourselves that fast, you need to reconsider some of those things. Yes, ma'am, that's a problem. And your reputation is everything, guys. I mean, if you don't believe that, ask. I mean, you guys have got several different options out there. Ask somebody. Yeah.
So I'm used to seeing that like table drop into the Google My Business app.
Yeah.
Still have that happen, like, switch.
I've not seen it change. You still should have it. GMB, the GMB is still on there for Apple or Android, if that's what you're asking. But most people, the easiest way to find it is just go to your maps and you can find your business that fast.
Well, I'll just show them the app download.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point. All right. So I don't want to spend an enormous amount of time. If you guys can, if we can start winding this one down, I promised Vernon we would keep this to about 30 minutes. So I don't want to exceed too much longer on here. But has anybody completed that yet? You're still working a couple times. Go ahead. Good.
So if you want people to find you, probably should put it in your description. Yeah, the way our page shows up, man, it's like a.
You have too many. You have. Yeah.
I think that it's like ours shows up, our reviews show up from our website.
Because you're under, it's aggregated from your, yeah,
I don't know where all they come from.
your business.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like,
But that could be a good thing because you might have a lot of backlinking if your company's using that. Because if you're seeing a lot of them and it's being from different businesses, there's a lot of coming in from different sources.
here's how it shows up though. And like when you go to Google, I mean, it shows the reviews,
Yeah.
but it's just not a Google review. So I think that they
They
maybe
have-
don't want comments or something.
They might be. Some people are against that. So we're see. I'm gonna try to wind it. Sorry about that. Okay, so are we still needing to go through it? This is great, like Vernon and I were just talking about, because we kind of got together about this. So you guys are seeing what the world sees about you, and this is a snapshot of your business. When you get it done, or the person that you're doing it with, you're going to see some recommendations on what you can do to fix. So for the ones that have gone through it, you'll see, and it'll give you a score of where you are in the room. As the others finish, it'll show a score. So that way everybody can kind of see where everybody's at. I've never met anybody that's doing just incredibly, really, really so awesome. You guys do marketing as well, right? You ever met people who just walk right off the door and they're just like, gosh, we're doing so incredibly great, right? So I've not found even... So what we're finding, and I'm sure you guys are too, is reviews now people are starting to become more inquisitive. I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing where you're at, but reputation management is no longer just, I'm going to post on Facebook, I'm going to tell everybody what my cat looks like, but I do printing. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about my cat. You guys know. So we're talking about pictures. The other day I was talking to a guy and said, when you take pictures and you're posting pictures of your products, are you geotagging them? Am I what? Are you geotagging your picture? I'll have to ask my wife. I'm from Sevier County, Sir Seymour, so some of us, but they didn't know they did not know about geofencing. They didn't know about geofencing their pictures. When you take a picture on your phone right now or on your DSLR, Dalton will know, it's DSC_01356, yes? Or some weird number, right? Why don't you put on there that it's a beautiful cabin in the Smokies located at 1234 5th Street? So that when Google sees it, Google knows. You guys know it, right? Why are people doing that? Because they don't ask. And they don't know, right? Two things that we have against us in this business is how can we get that knowledge to these people, right? All right, so while you guys are still doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let you guys continue on. I'll come back to that. Two forces right now, you have one reputation. So your reviews, guys and gals, right now, every star that you guys can get builds trust. Every silence destroys it. Before you ever get a chance to speak, PJ knows I'm gonna beat that in his head all night tonight. If they can't find you, you don't exist. Are you guys starting to see why you're not getting the calls?
Yep.
Thank you. That's why we did this. Now, how are you gonna fix that?
The only thing I can figure out is maybe those Google review cards, and maybe it has a QR code on it.
Wait a minute. She's saying, this lady is really, this is cool. Can we give her a hat? Can we give her a hat real quick?
Is that cool as
Now,
hell?
I want to show you something really cool. So Vernon asked me, how can I get reviews? Scan that. Watch this, folks. This is just magic. Are you an Apple user or?
Apple.
On the front, please. If you have NFC, there you go. All right, so what we designed for Vernon and for others is a way to get an instant review that fast. Vernon went to a meeting. Look at his face. Vernon went to a meeting, and he was a bunch of all these corporate people, and Vernon calls me and says, guess what they asked me? I'm like, what? To reach to the person next to you and see how fast you can find them on Google. And Vernon pulls out his little pocket card and goes, boop. Thank you. Who was laughing? Thank you. I love you. Thank you. So this is a way that will help, and this is just a really cool system where if you decide you wanted to rate Vernon in a really positive manner, by all means hit positive, and that'll go straight. But where does most all these other people, especially who in here rents out cabins besides myself, Vernon, who rents cabins out? Okay. Have you ever had someone wanted to be recompensed? No, we'll talk about that later. Thank you for laughing. I'll have to share with you, I had a guest that wanted to be recompensed. I didn't even know what it was, neither did half the room here. So what's cool about this is if a guest decides that they want to score you positively, they can do so. But what happens if they want to score you negatively? That's not fair. So we've created a way that they can actually push that. And Vernon will get this in less than 5 or 10 minutes of them pushing the button. And they think that they've dropped Vernon under the bus, but they're wrong. Because this gives Vernon the opportunity for the first time ever to have a hand and a foot in the race to say, wait a minute, that's not fair that you stayed in a cabin and the water got shut off. This just happened to my guests. Guests stayed in my property, $1.5 million cabin up on Hatcham, a beautiful, beautiful property. Okay, Indigo, up on Indigo. The water got nicked. My fault or theirs? Not mine. But the guest was very upset. We offered to put them in a hotel room. Nope. They wanted to stay there because they had 2 large dogs. Guess what? They didn't tell us they were bringing dogs. So I could have charged them, but I never did, right? And he wants to be recompensed. It's a big word, look it up. So to protect me in this case, I've designed a system in all my cabins that I have to where if a guest wants to go in there and they want to drop me under the bus, I got a fighting chance. And you can too, if you are protecting your reputation. If you're not, they're going to immediately go to your Google page and they're going to go say, hey, you know what? She was 15 minutes late. We clearly had a meeting set. People will drop you under the bus. But how about the service? Yeah, but she was 15 minutes late. That's not fair, right? And then once you leave that bad review, they're not going to call because PJ's going to look and say, I don't like that lady because she's got bad reviews. So there are ways that you can prevent bad reviews and there are ways to control reviews. On a scale of 1 to really cool, did you think that was pretty cool? Thank you. So the review psychology, and that means the world to me. Thank you guys, because that's all those years I crossed off. They're finally starting to mean something again. 93% will read reviews before they choose you, and your reputation speaks first. You don't get to. Next slide. And so turn everything that you do, every customer, into marketing. If you would, I would love to argue this point out or agree. Your happiest customers are your best salespeople. Anybody that does marketing, disagree or agree? One real review outperform any ad that you'll pay for. So you guys know when you go to Facebook and it says boost and you put $25 on it, you're like, wow, right? But you didn't get any business out of it. Did you know if you got one person to leave you, like Vernon just now, that card, just one review, Google bumps you up? Called an algorithm, okay? So make asking effortless. Did you see how fast Vernon got a review? Based on that, you probably just want to score Vernon pretty high because he's pretty cool, right? Once again, give it up for Vernon Corum. That's my buddy over there. So if you find that you're starting to see more pretty of these little stars, PJ and me will start getting more calls. Watch the trust compound. So remember we talked about invisible to irresistible? So 1 year from now, guys, will you be the first name that they see? And will you be the most trusted option? And will you be the obvious choice? We've all started off like this couple over here. We had our dreams. We opened up our business. And now look at them. They're happy. They're profitable. They're getting good reviews and all that. Next slide. Tomorrow morning, I'll say it 3 times, tomorrow morning, somebody's going to search for your business. Will they find you? Will they find you? Will they find you? Or will they choose you or your competitor? So tonight, guys and gals, if you didn't hear from Vernon, become the expert that everybody wants to go to. Be visible and show up. We hope you guys got a kick out of it, enjoyed the tater tots and the pizza and all the good stuff. But be visible, be valuable, help people, be a trusted part of that, and be the go-to that people want to talk to. Stop chasing opportunities because right now in this room, I guarantee you there's deals to be made and friends to be had. And lastly, next slide. Tonight's challenge, I took over for you, Vernon. Meet people that you don't know. And I would recommend that you don't start off with, hey, what do you do?
I'm a realtor.
Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Sean, you're a real estate agent. Instead of saying, hey, what are you trying to accomplish?
Trying to build generational wealth.
Hey, I like that. Give it up for that. See what I mean? So try asking questions a little bit different. You'll find it works. Don't collect contacts. Build relationships. And that's what GRID Smokies, owning the Smokies, everything that I've come in contact with this man in this room has been about. I'm Sean. I got some sweet moves, as I said, and any business that doesn't grow is a hobby. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
One last thing.
Yes.
Under no circumstances should they turn their chairs upside down and look, but I would look under your chair and see if there's a sticker. If you look under your chair, why don't you guys do that real quickly and see if you got a sticker under your chair?
Yeah, lift the couch.
Found a gun.
Bingo.
Who said bingo?
2 of our new people. That's great.
So 2 new people. There's no way we could have planned that.
No.
Can I see you guys stand up?
Big Tyler. Miss Jennifer.
So who's got winner number 1? This is like Chinese Christmas. You want this gift or do you want this gift? Do you want this one? Tyler? And this is what happened to me. I've been so blessed with my YouTube channel. It's Christmas every day for me. Congratulations. Here's a brand new AZ Dome PG Max dash camera for your video. And for you, young lady, here is a brand new, I think it's a dual screen for your laptop.
Cool. So you never know what we'll give away here. Okay, we're going to switch it up a little bit. Seth, is there somebody back there?
It might be.
Okay, let's see who that is. Come on in here. Looky there. He didn't have a clue.
Shall we, Vernon?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody ready? Happy birthday to Tyler. Happy birthday to Dalton. I'm just playing. I want to see if you guys are paying attention. Happy birthday, dear Dalton. And we love you, and you're so awesome. Happy birthday. Hold on, stretch it out. To you. Yeah, booyah.
He's only 28 years young. I remember 28. It was a long time ago. You can put it over there, and we'll all share in that in just a little bit. She's got cupcakes and other things as well. Guys, we're going to transition right into the investing portion of our show. Batman's going to come up, and he's going to break a deal down for you. I brought him a whiteboard tonight. He said he didn't want to use it. He wanted to use his slides. Last time I jacked his slides up, so I gave him another opportunity here. But he's going to talk about a deal here that's some pretty high numbers. But you can break this down from whatever. This is like an ideal property. But what we want you guys to learn is there are deals out there. And Nathan is, sorry, I got sick this weekend and I'm still struggling. We break these down every day. He's on the phone with thousands and thousands of people a year just like I am. We see these deals. If you're looking for a real estate deal, we probably know where one's at. This one's on the market, isn't it? If anybody's got the money, isn't this one on the market?
One of them, yes.
There you go. Batman, my friend.
Catfish. Yeah, let's suck it in. I don't even own a belt like that. Go ahead, next slide. So, who here's an investor in real estate? I know everyone's an investor, right? Okay, cool. What's a return you're getting on investment? Cash on cash? Do you guys even measure that stuff? Anybody? No? Awesome. So everything's a win. Woo! So in the Smokies, in a lot of markets, you have to measure your investments, right? I just made 7 offers 2 weeks ago in a market that is probably the worst in the country. So don't ask me why. There's other reasons why you invest. But the Smokies is incredible after offering on 7 properties where they suck, right? So don't let someone tell you the Smokies is, done. You can't make money. You can. So let's go to the next slide. For the record, I didn't build these slides. He did. This is not, okay. So I call Burr. You guys all heard of Burr? How do you spell that? Okay, I go BBRRR, right? You buy, you build, and then you do the rest because new construction is a phenomenal tool. A lot of people think fix and flip. I do fix and flips. New construction is great. So in the Smokies, the best people that are winning and getting the highest return on investment are usually people that buy new construction, work with the builder, or that know how to do creative stuff. So the deal we're gonna look at tonight is a live deal that we're actually putting together for 5 cabins for an investor, where their cash on cash return, we all know what that means, right? Who doesn't know what that means? It's okay if you don't. All right, cash on cash return is a tool that measures to see what your money is doing in the market, right? In real estate versus what your money is doing in a savings account or any type of investment. So your savings account is probably doing what right now? That's doing better than nothing. It's usually 0.2, right? So like I loan out of my savings account. I get 15% every 6 months because I loan money out. It's an investment strategy I do. I loan on real estate because my savings account TVA was 0.25. That's pretty crappy. So that's what a tool is. Cash on cash return is a measuring tool to see if you should put your money in real estate, if it's a good deal, or should you put it in a bond or anything else, right? So I have a property right now, a short-term rental that's called Infinity Cash on Cash Return, which means I have 0 money invested in the property. It's a win-win for me. But I get very little cash flow, but I have no money in it. I'm cool with it. So this deal, next, the goal on this deal, any way you slice it, again, I didn't do these slides.
You did, but you just
Yeah, you didn't take everything correctly. It's okay. So a new construction build right now that we've got with a builder is 1.45 to build. They're selling for 2.1 to 2.2 right now, right? So you see the spread there, right? If you do a flip, your average, you just did a build. Who's done a flip recently besides me? No one. Okay, what's your spread on a flip?
So, it didn't work out the way we wanted, right, Vernon? But it worked out so in the end.
Then that's perfect. Yeah.
Right people, we found the right people with Vernon because we bought a log cabin that we burnt. We flipped it, made it beautiful. But the agent that we had that was representing us doesn't know short-term rental and stuff. And
Don't say the name.
no, it's not her fault. She knows now, though. She's educated. But it was one of those where the first thing that he asked me is, how long have you had it on Airbnb while it's on the market? Not at all. We didn't know that. They didn't know that. So that's when we moved to him. The first thing we did was put it on Airbnb. We ended up selling it. We had 3.
Is this the one by Dollywood? Oh, hey, nice to see you. I'm Nathan. We've talked. Okay.
Nathan is, I will tell you this, I spent some time on the phone with Nathan. I also spent a good amount of time, right, an hour and a half with Sean on the phone. Me and him are like twins. He's like, you need me to shut up? And I'm like, no, I'm just walking around talking.
Yeah, you were missing the hot tub with the 220 outlet. Yep, key things in the Smokies, 220 outlet for a hot tub, because when you get a grown big man in a hot tub in the wintertime, it does not stay heated. So if you're gonna have adults and having fun, you've gotta have a 220. And don't ever install it yourself. I did one on mine, it always shorts. So on this deal, right, back to this new construction. Yeah, thank you. Right, so the initial down payment, the easiest thing in the world right now is capital, right? Don't let capital stop you. New construction loans, fix and flip, lending is the easiest thing in the world. Don't let people fool you, okay? It's not that hard of a job. If you did $350 down, the deal we structured is we required from the investor $450,000, and we're gonna do the new construction for 1.45. After completion value is 2.1. Go to the next slide. Hopefully you have this.
Who's a big boy? Who's a big boy?
Okay, so the play with this is that the way we structure the loans are 80% when it's done. So if you want to sell it, you get the spread. If you want to hold it because it's a tax play, which is huge, right? That's why I offered on 7 crappy ones. It's for a tax play, nothing else. You can take a loan out for 1.68. The existing loan on it is 1.15. Closing costs are 50 grand. Cash back of 475. How much money did you have in the property? Wouldn't it technically be negative 25,000? Because you started with 450, possibly carrying costs, and then you got 475 back. You now have a $2 million asset with $0 in it. Who would take that deal? All right, whoever doesn't raise your hand, you're all lying, okay? So the reason why you want cash back, especially with short-term rentals, And if I ever call it an Airbnb, slap me, because there's no such thing as an Airbnb property. It's always a sign of knowing whether someone knows what they're talking about. Airbnb is a software, not a property. That's my trigger. I'm just letting y'all know. So the reason this is important is why. When you're setting up a short-term rental, why is it important to get that money back? No, I think, did someone say something that starts with an F? No? Okay. Furniture, right? Because you want to build an experience. So if you bought this property at 2.1, you're probably going to put another 150 grand into furniture and experience, game systems. We talked about a 1,500 game arcade I want to put in my house, not my rentals, a house to play with. So if you can get this money back, and now you put 150 grand into this property, which we saw recently done. There's a hype video out there. It took 150 grand to make this property phenomenal. It rented for 30 out of 31 days last month. You're getting your money back, right? Most people who buy short-term rentals put money on credit cards or on lines of credit, and then they get stuck because that's high interest. So I like the Burr method. This is a deal in the Smokies right now with the builder. People are winning with this. People from out of state are doing this. This is huge. This is one of our favorite things. I didn't pick this because it was a big loan. It's my favorite spread with the builder, okay? And he does a lot of them. Go to the next one. So on that investment, technically that's what, 50, 75% cash on cash return? Who is getting that annually on any other investment? What's the highest anyone's getting here on any investment besides my Infinity? Someone name it. All right, Infinity don't count. Those are too good. Besides that, anyone know what their retirement account does? Has anyone ever looked at your retirement accounts? Not enough? Okay. So when you look at things you have, like my IRA, my Roth IRA, because I loan, I get 46% back per year. That's pretty good. But real estate, if you did that deal and you got that cash on cash return, you're also getting the tax benefits. And what's the one thing every agent always sells in real estate? Nope. I heard it way too many times 2 weeks ago and I told her to shut up. Real estate always appreciates, right? So you have an asset that's appreciating, you're getting cash flow, you're getting the tax benefits, and you have very little money in it, right? So like you guys said, you get roughly 250, 275 back. What can you do with that? Go buy another property. Let's go to the next one. Oh, I didn't know I put the address on this. So this property has been for sale multiple times over the last couple of years. If you've ever looked at short-term rentals in the Smokies, you know this cabin. This cabin has been, I think, a thorn in the guy's side, but it is listed for $600,000. It's come down, and he claims it grossed $88,000. He just listed it for sale recently, but he'll only give you 2025 numbers. That's a sign of a bad property, in my opinion. So if you take last year's numbers, and that is accurate, let's just say it is, this is the setup. You can do $120,000 down. This isn't tricking you with a 10% down vacation home loan. This is a strategy for investing because there's strategy behind it. Your loan size, your monthly payment, your gross revenue, go next. Let's look at the numbers. Wow. Yeah, I didn't do these slides. This is really nice. Okay, good job, Sean.
Let's just sit here and have this moment.
Okay, I'm glad. All right, so 88,000, 22 for management. This is very impressive, y'all. Utilities, miscellaneous, NOI before financing, annual PITA. Here's your annual cash flow and your cash on cash return, right? So at this point, who would take 16,000 a year? Cash flow, I would, right? 13.47, is that good? It's good in a lot of markets. I would take it. The only reason I wouldn't take this deal is just because I've seen it for sale for 3 years. There's got to be something more, right? But I truly believe in the back of the napkin approach, which means if you look at rough numbers, this is going to tell you whether yay or nay, and then you get into the nitty gritty. On the back of the napkin, are we saying yes or are we saying no? How many agents are in here? Wow, there's a lot. How many of you guys have clients that would be happy with this? So how many of y'all took a picture of this? Right? Okay. So this might not be a bad one. And what's impressive about this, if you actually looked at the address, it has no view. It doesn't have a pool, two of the biggest things right now, but it's not a bad cash flowing property, right? And it's yes.
One of the biggest
is it's a true log. So long term, that insurance is going to go up, not down.
Right, but it is a true log, but it's not. It's not true log. True log has chinking, cuts, and actually cuts. That is a log cabin by design that's made modernly to look like a log cabin, right? True log has gapping and chinking. I always say I'm not being racist. It is called chinking, okay? I actually did one of my cabins that way. It's not fun to work with. Don't ever say you'll do it yourself and you'll do the chinking. It's not worth it. It's expensive. Go to the next one. Okay. All right. So here's your tax, right? I told y'all on my properties that I'm invested or trying to get right now, I'm doing it for a tax play because it saves me money. Bonus depreciation. I mean, there's more benefits to this little cabin, but I'm emotionally against it just because it's been listed for sale for so long. But from the numbers, it's not bad. Go to the next slide. All right. Yo.
Yeah, go back.
Oh,
Explain that.
okay. So I'm not a CPA. I have an accounting degree. I don't want to be a CPA. But bonus depreciation and cost seg is something you would do with a company that will go and basically depreciate a lot of your assets. Instead of going the full term, they wrap it into the first couple years. You have to be careful on that because you never, okay, I'm a very hypocritical person right now. Never buy a property based on taxes alone, the tax play, yet Nathan just offered on 7 properties for that sole reason. But the side note is it's my hometown, it's Hilton Head, I like to visit my family. I'm doing it for a tax play because it's also where I would enjoy to see my family. I don't recommend anyone ever buying for tax play alone, but if you're a W-2 employee here, who's not an agent? Okay, who's not married to an agent? Right? We cannot qualify for what's called REPS, real estate professional status. If you're a realtor or married to someone, so who's single? All right, single agents here, if you need a rep status, marry them, you get great tax benefits, okay? So if you have the rep status, you don't have to do the STR loophole. But for all of us W-2 employees like myself, we have to use the tax loophole for short-term rentals. I cannot take all the losses, active losses against my long-term rentals. I can only do it on my short-term rentals, right? So this helps me. The way I have this planned in Hilton Head is if I purchase a certain amount of property, I actually get the full down payment back in the following year because I'm a high net income earner. I'm okay with not paying the IRS, and I'd rather have a break even or slightly losing property because I'd rather keep the money in my hands instead of the IRS. Does that make sense? See your CPA. It's a little more detailed than that, but don't buy for that reason alone, even though I'm doing it right now. Next. Okay, identify, acquire, build. Cool, this is cool. Again, just looking at this for the first time. So when it comes to the Smokies, guys, identify a property. Acquiring it's going to be very easy. Capital is the easiest thing in the world. Build and improve. Properties that are succeeding are not the old cabins. It's something you can force depreciate or make an experience. One thing that a lot of people talk about that I think everyone can agree with, we're all sick and tired of the same looking cabin, right? It's pure wood. Just pay someone to go in there and do one accent wall, do one mural. Again, I'll compare it to the market I just offered 7 properties on. None of them had murals. All the same color blue, the same color yellow, the same wicker furniture. Drives me nuts. It reminds me of 2nd and 1st grade when I lived back there. So do an experience, build and improve, and elevate it, and then find the right operator. I don't get along with people. I'm not a people's person. I let property managers manage my properties because I don't want to do it. But I love the return on investment. If you do these steps and just keep repeating, you'll keep winning. I try to buy a short-term rental every year, mainly for the tax play, but also I know 5, 6, 7 years from now, it's going to be a great asset that appreciated because most of the short-term rentals I buy, I do rehabs, and that way the value is higher, right? I have a cabin I bought for $260, it appraised for $400. I have equity, I took a line of credit off that, which allows me to loan all my money cash and IRAs out, and I'm making more money because I always have that equity to tap into. So next slide, because I don't know if there's any more slides. Oh, this is good. Oh, good. Okay, I will leave you with this. Is this the last slide before I say I'll leave you with this?
Possibly could be.
Okay, if this is it, I'll leave you with this. The strategy is your advantage. Most people just come and buy. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a plan. I looked at a property that I'm actually possibly interested in, the Smokies. It has the most amazing views. It was bought 2 years ago. I think it was 1.6. It's listed for 1.55 now. I don't know how they're failing. I really don't. It has an indoor pool. It's a 5 or 6 bedroom Pigeon Forge. It has an amazing view. Haven't studied enough yet, but you should be able to succeed with stuff like that. So it's all about your strategy that's going to place you ahead of everybody else. Agents. Who's a listing agent? Cool. Your strategy right now, no one cares about just selling a property. You have to, if it's for an investor, tell me why, right? Is it Backstreet Boys? Tell me why. Ain't nothing. No, the biggest thing is seller concessions, right? Because that increases my cash on cash return. Don't drop the price, offer seller concessions. Give them 6% seller concessions. Pay a vendor to fix up your property. If you're in Hilton Head, don't ask what a seller concession is. Those agents say they don't know what it is and they don't want to explain it to their sellers. It blows my mind. So strategy is everything. Is that it? Can I say I left that with you? Oh gosh.
This is your big finish, big boy.
Oh, it's a big finish.
We're talking about the arcade.
Oh, the arcade. So this does not exist up here. That's not a real cabin. Movie theaters, private movie theaters, they cost a lot. Do they bring you the best return on investment? Probably not, right? Just put an 80-inch TV, no one cares.
No popcorn machine.
Game room, I'll tell you, is more impressive because people like to brag about it. They might never use it, but they love to say, hey, I stayed in a cabin that had blah, blah, blah. Fire pits and outdoor, I'll tell you this right now, insurance is really tough on that. I have outdoor fire pits and insurance hates me because they never know when you're going to start the next Gatlinburg wildfire, right? Premium interiors, I've noticed luxury sells. Older cabins do not, so do anything to make it a little more luxurious. Granite counters, we call them granny back ovens. You know what I'm talking about, y'all? Where it's the old oven with the little thing right here. We call that granny oven, right? Keep it flat. Yes?
A new one I've seen a lot of 1.5 short-term rentals. It's the golf simulator. I'm starting to see a lot of that coming in, and I'm seeing the reviews go up quickly right off the buying the property.
Yes, I know the builder who's doing that. I've actually looked at putting in one of my cabin that I bought for $267. I want to put a golf simulator in there in the detached garage, not because I care what the renters want. I just want to be able to go play with it, right? Plus, it's a great write-off. So it's $35,000 to install one of those, y'all. I've looked into it, and the cool thing is it's not just a golf simulator. You can kick field goals. You can play skeet shooting, cornhole. It's games for everyone. So don't just think it's for golf. It's for everything. Let's see, next slide. And go back for 1 second. The reason this cash out is so important is because if you didn't get that cash out and you bought it already done and then you had to put all that in, look how much extra money it costs to do this, right? It's money. Now, if you have money, you shouldn't be in this room, right? We should have a private conversation. Oh, okay.
I think that was your first.
Yeah, this is the first. I was like, why is this after the second? So the estimated net cash flow on that property after it's all said and done, one property that's been there for a while is doing $350. On average, they're doing about $330. Management, I don't dictate what it is. I just do an average. Pay premium for your manager, makes and breaks everything. I'll just tell you. Mortgages, what it is. Taxes, insurance, and utilities, of course. Can't really control that. But even after all that's said, for maybe zero in the property with cash out, if you're getting $97,000 a year, who's saying no? Who wants 5? Right? Yeah, we all do, right? Go to the next slide. Hopefully we're done so we can network. Okay. Oh yeah, I did best case, worst case on that deal so you could see, like, even here, like if you did only $265, for most of you guys didn't know cash on cash return, even at a negative 16%, that you probably shouldn't buy that, right? But remember, I am very conservative, so I always look at 3 best, moderate, and worst case because I'm looking at what it will stabilize as 3-4 years from now. One of my properties, I took a loss for 2 years, lost 24 grand a year. Technically, I didn't because of taxes, it really helped. But losing 24 grand a year, I just took 150 grand off that property, right? That's another property than the one we talked about. So it's okay if you have the right strategy. It's not for everyone. Go to the next one. Please tell me we're done. Oh gosh.
That's the first one again.
This is the first one again. Are we done?
Yeah.
Are you messing with me?
Oh.
Yeah, we're messing with me. There you go.
Okay. If you haven't noticed, we love to confuse Nathan with slides. Seriously, if you want to talk strategy, that dude right there, I mean, we're good friends. I'm not just saying that. We do eat chicken together and like go hang out and do fun stuff together. But if you've ever seen the Rain Man, there's your mortgage Rain Man right there. Super, super intelligent dude. Okay, guys, this is what we came for. All right. What'd you say a while ago? Don't ask what you do. What's the word? What'd you say? What's the phrase?
What are you trying to?
What are you trying to accomplish? That's your strategy for now. When you start meeting with folks, you got plenty of time. We don't have to be out here until like 9 something. So we try to cut this part short so you can spend time getting to know each other, building business, building relationships. And again, Dalton is over here. If you have the courage, which I know many of you do, don't be bashful, because we've had some really good, hers was great. She did one last month. It was super great. Give us like what you expected, whatever he tells you. He even give you something to say if you want to just listen to what he says. Trust me, all them cool videos y'all see me do on Facebook, because I'm not the best dude in the world when it comes to that stuff. He has to feed me my lines. So anyway, guys, we do appreciate you coming tonight. Does anybody else have anything that you want to say? I want to let her have a chance. If you want to go see a 2.4, what is it? Open house, right?
So I'm old school. I got a flyer.
Yeah.
Got like a fancy slide after slide, but we're showcasing a really unique listing. It's only 1 year old. It's 2 homes on 3 acres, unrestricted in West Knox. So it's like close to all that little area that most folks want to be close to when it comes to work and airport and all that. But the cool thing about the second home is that it has 2 apartment-style units that owner uses for Airbnb and also furnish finders. It can also be on a multi-gen type family estate. What makes it even more unique is that in that home of where those 2 units are, it also houses an indoor pickleball court. How many of you guys know pickleball fans?
It's super, super.
Or that love pickleball. And the coolest thing is that the master bedroom has a breezeway connecting from the first home and the second. I kid you not, it goes from the master bedroom to the pickleball court.
Nice.
So you can tell you're a big fan.
And that's Thursday night?
Oh yeah, so Thursday night we're doing a private open house to our friends and guests, members of GRID. So you want to come out, and if you're needing a fresh headshot, we're going to be also gifting a photo session with Atkins Media, an amazing photographer. So you can take advantage of that, grab a glass of Prosecco, some charcuterie snacks, and explore the estate with us. We'd love to have you this Thursday from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Jim Kalarnis is a co-listing agent on there. He's been very good at EXP, so we really want to support them. He owns a lot of businesses downtown. Get to know these folks. They're super nice. Anybody else got a deal in the room that they want to talk about? Anybody? Yes, you got a deal? Come here.
Well, I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Linda Meese with Realty Executives. I have apartments that are on the market for sale here in Sevierville. It's a 10-unit apartment, right? If you all know where Halston Kitchen is, and you go up by Culvert at Howard Road, it's right up in there, and that's on the market. We just reduced it for $1.599 million, and it's a very incoming producing apartment. The vacancies are never more than a couple weeks until we get ready for the next, and I even have a waiting list on apartments there. So if anybody has investors looking to buy an apartment, get with me.
Cool. Anybody else have a deal?
We cleaned the roof on General Lusko Way last year, so it does have a clean roof.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I have one that Nathan says would be a great S&M cabin. It's in Cosby. It's a very nice property. It really is. Yeah, no kidding. But it has a great upstairs and a great downstairs, and the kids can hang out downstairs and the older folks go upstairs. I also have one that's like $1.2 million up in Gatlinburg Falls. Great property. Anything?
Yes.
Sorry, we're pitching real estate.
So I have a 2-bedroom and 2-bath, but it's more of like a 3-bedroom, but it's on a 2-bedroom septic in Pigeon Forge. And they've been using it as a short-term rental. And it's been completely redone. It's very nice. And it doesn't look like a typical cabin. They painted it blue. and it looks really tasteful. So that's one. And then I have another one coming on the market this week in Oak Ridge. And it is one of those D-style homes from the Manhattan Air Project. And it is one level living, but it's a basement rancher. But everything you need is on the main floor. But it's really nice. So if anybody's looking for something in Oak Ridge or another STR to put in their portfolio.
Travis just reminded me, I've got an off-market deal coming. Can't talk too much about it yet, but it's over near Douglas Dam, and it's multi-property. You can live in one or rent the one, and then there's a business on one side, and it could be another business on the other side. It's going to be under $1 million. I think it's going to be a great property for folks. But anybody's interested in that one, I'd love to talk to you. Anybody else got a deal? Anybody got a service that you want to share real quick? We got web guys here. We got Google guy here.
We got authors in the room too.
Yeah.
Whenever you book listing with the code GRID Smokies, we'll do 10% off from our.
Cool. Awesome. Did you hear that? If you book with him for his birthday through GRID Smokies, you get 10% off your shoot. He's killer. He makes me look like a hero. Anyone else?
You better get your card back from Shelby.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if anybody's interested in a deal on those NFC tap and read cards, I can tell you a guy that has them. Who traveled the farthest tonight?
Yeah. I think we got.
Hardin Valley. Can anybody top that?
No, I think we got some.
Where?
Well, she's already got a book. So. They came from Nashville. I don't have any of my other books with me tonight. She'll have a copy of that too at some point. That's the hat everybody wants, by the way.
Who else comes in a good long ways? All right. Who else? Hardin Valley.
I do have books I will sign for you tonight if you want.
I got a question. All right, for a prize, what's the #1 vacation destination just ranked in the country? That's all wrong. It's actually the worst STR, Hilton Head. Just want to throw that out there. Right? Numbers don't mean great vacation. It just got ranked #1, and yet it's the worst STR, so none of y'all got the prize.
Cool. All right. Miss Linda has a condo in Myrtle Beach if anybody wants it. We're trying to look at buying it. Yeah, you could have. But if you want a beach property, she's got a killer one over there. So anyway, anybody else? All hearts and minds clear? Okay. I know it's in the room here. I'm going to preach here a minute. You ready? It's in the room. Anybody else? Don't go out of here and be like, oh, I could have said this. Right? Meet everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for coming tonight. This is a great turnout for a rainy, crappy, poopy night. Thanks, guys. You be blessed.